Thanks for joining us on DDM House News Report. I am Nenyor Michael Nezini. Welcome. Residents of the Obololi community in southern Ijao local government area of Bayelsa State are grappling with severe hardships following a devastating oil spill that occurred on February 2025. The spill, which originated from the known River Kolo Creek pipeline operated by Shell Petroleum Development Company, SPDC, has contaminated the Obololi River and surrounding creeks, leaving the community without a clean water source. Amid mounting frustration, community leaders warned of a looming cholera outbreak if urgent interventions are not implemented. With the river polluted, residents are now entirely dependent on sachet water, the cost of which has surged to 50 naira per sachet and 800 naira per bag, exacerbating financial strain in an already struggling economy. Good News Okoye, chairman of the Obololi Community Development Committee, decried the absence of relief efforts, lamenting that fishing activities, farmlands, and essential livelihoods have been devastated by the spill. He further criticized SPDC for its inaction, stating that the company had failed to provide any assistance, insisting that remedial measures would only follow if a joint investigative visit determined the spill resulted from equipment failure. Meanwhile, the National Oil Spills Detection and Response Agency, NOSDRA, has recommended a river diversion to facilitate access to the leak site, a proposal that has sparked concerns among residents who fear the move could severely impact transportation and access to essential goods. Despite a recent visit by the Bayelsa State Commissioner for Environment and also an assurance from local government chairman Target Segibo regarding borehole repairs, no tangible relief has reached the community. Work on the borehole project has stalled due to a failed submersible pump, leaving residents with no viable alternative water source. This crisis unfolds against the backdrop of Nigeria's ongoing battle with cholera. According to the World Health Organization, the country recorded 786 new cases in January 2024, with poor sanitation and lack of access to clean water being key drivers of the outbreak. As frustration mounts, the people of Obololi demands immediate action from both the government and SPDC to mitigate the environmental, economic, and public health fallout of this disaster. Next, the news agency of the Nigerian reports, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has intensified its crackdown on suspended sachet water production within the Federal Capital Territory. This latest regulatory sweep, which targeted illegal facilities in Duste Alhaji and Dawaki, underscores the agency's unwavering commitment to safeguarding public health and ensuring strict compliance with manufacturing standards. In a sweeping operation, NAFDAC shut down multiple unregulated sachet water factories across the FCT, exposing grave lapses in hygiene, safety, and regulatory compliance. The enforcement exercise, led by the agency's FCT director, Mr. Kenneth Azikiwe, uncovered facilities operating in hazardous conditions, some without proper water treatment mechanisms, others fraudulently using unauthorized identified numbers. Azikiwe disclosed that over 40 illegal water factories have been permanently closed in a move that forms part of NAFDAC's broader campaign to enforce stringent food and beverage safety standards. He reiterated that the crackdown followed a directive from NAFDAC Director General, Professor Mojisola Adeye, who has continuously emphasized the necessity of adhering to good manufacturing practices. The agency's enforcement teams, working in collaboration with the Nigerian police and other security forces, also extended their operations to bakeries, resulting in the closure of more than 14 non-compliant establishments in areas such as Maraba, Nyanya, Zuba, and Gwagwalada. Dr. Promise Obonina, Assistant Director at NAFDAC and a lead officer in the enforcement exercise, decried the appalling conditions found at the illegal Sachet water production site. She revealed that most of these facilities lack essential water treatment components, such as sand filters, carbon filters, and functional ultraviolet sterilization systems. Alarmingly, production areas were often situated in close proximity in improperly placed toilets with packaging materials stored under unhygienic conditions. Further deepening the investigation, NAFDAC has also set its sights on the printing presses responsible for supplying counterfeit registration numbers to these illegal producers. Speaking on the dangers posed by the proliferation of substandard consumables, Azikiwe urged Nigerians to remain vigilant and purchase only from accredited sources to mitigate health risks. He emphasized that NAFDAC intensified regulatory measures reaffirm its unwavering commitment to consumer protection and product quality assurance. With these ongoing enforcement actions, NAFDAC sends a strong message to manufacturers operating outside regulatory frameworks. Non-compliance will not be tolerated. As the agency continues its missions to uphold public health standards, consumers are advised to stay informed, conscious, and proactive in ensuring the safety of the products they consume. Finally, in a bold reassurance to Nigerians, the federal government has affirmed that the United States' recent temporary suspension of healthcare funding will not derail the nation's malaria elimination agenda. The Minister of State of Health, Dr. Isaac Salaku, disclosed that the administration of President Bola Tinubu is proactively developing policies to bridge the funding gap and sustain critical public health initiatives. This comes to response to the U.S. government's policy shift initiated under President Donald Trump's America First Directive, which led to a review and temporary halt of foreign health and facilitated by the State Department and USAID. The decision has raised concern among health experts who fear a potential impact on Nigeria's already burdened health sector. However, addressing stakeholders at the launch of the Pathway to Malaria Pre-Elimination and Digitization Program in Lagos, Dr. Salaku reaffirmed Nigerians' unwavering commitment to eradicating malaria. He emphasized that despite external funding uncertainties, the government remains dedicated to implementing global best practices in malaria control. I want to assure all Nigerians and our development partners that the recent policy shifts by the United States will not adversely impact our malaria elimination program or other essential public health interventions, he stated. The minister further urged state governments and private sector players to collaborate with the federal government in ensuring that the fight against malaria remains adequately funded. Commending the Lagos State government's proactive approach, he highlighted that the state's malaria control efforts aligns with national and global strategies, significantly reducing child mortality rates and improving healthcare outcomes. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, speaking at the event, underscored the broader socio-economic implications of malaria, stating that beyond being a health concern, the disease hampers productivity, disrupts education, and strains household incomes. The eradication of malaria is not just a healthy priority, it is an economic imperative. It affects school children, businesses, and overall productivity. This is a battle we must win, and Lagos has everything it takes to lead the charge, the governor asserted. According to the National Malaria Elimination Program, malaria remains a major contributor to maternal mortality in Nigeria, accounting for approximately 11% of pregnancy-related deaths annually. The World Health Organization further reports that Nigeria bears the highest malaria burden in Africa, responsible for 30.9% of malaria-related deaths in the region in 2023. With the nation's malaria burden disproportional, affecting pregnant women and children, the federal government is calling for renewed partnership and intensified efforts to combat the disease. As Nigeria continues to fight against malaria, All hands must be on deck to ensure that the progress made is not reversed, regardless of shifts in global funding dynamics. Well, friends, this is all we have for you for now. Stay tuned as we bring you more updates on Nigeria's health sector and the ongoing fight to eliminate malaria. And don't forget to click on the like button, share, make your comments, and subscribe on YouTube channel, Diaspora Digital Media. I am Unyanyo, my channel is in me. Bye for now.